Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard Everything with Ebony Airlines. As we get ready for takeoff for today's adventure, please make sure your seatbelts are fastened, your sense of curiosity and excitement is high, and negative judgment is low. All portable electronic devices should now be switched to Ebony mode. Any emotional baggage you may have, please secure it safely under your seat where we can later throw it away. If at any moment you feel turbulence, please do not fret. That is just Ebony shaking things up. Thank you for choosing Everything with Ebony, where the vibes are non-stop. Habibi, we're ready for takeoff.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Everything with Ebony. Now Heather and I are super excited because we're about to meet these lovely ladies in South Africa. That's right, I'm going back to the motherland. And oh my god, I am so excited! Not only am I exploring South Africa, but I get to do these amazing ladies. Now, honey, we waited long enough for this episode, so I'm just gonna dive right into it. First up is the amazing Gold Restaurant in Cape Town. Now, honey, I can tell just from the greeting that we're receiving that we ladies are in for a good time. The Gold Restaurant offers the ultimate African experience. Not only are we going to feast on 14 different cuisines from all over Africa, we're also going to be drumming, dancing, face paint. You know what? Let me just show you. Now, as soon as we were seated, this Nubian goddess came over and offered to paint our faces. And oh my God, did we love it. Look at the birthday girl. Ooh, very pretty.
Watch me, like this. Boom, boom, bada, bada, boom, boom. Everybody, let's try together. More power. We go. 1, 2, 3, follow me.
Baby, if you know me, then you know I am not new to drums. I put it down, okay? I was catching on so quickly, I could have been up on stage. But I am not gonna lie, after the first 5 minutes, I was over it. I was hungry. We had just flown all the way from Europe to Africa. Feed me now. Look at Heather. She's like, all right, get this over and done with. After drumming, we washed our hands and it was time for our first meal. First up was Namibian grilled ostrich filet salad with toasted seeds, South African rooster koek, Egyptian butterbean mash and dukkha. Oh my God, this was amazing! And before you even ask, yes, I said ostrich. It was delicious. This is it right here. Oh my God, it was my absolute favorite meal out of everything. I even asked for seconds. And this South African rooster cook, oh my God, the best. So soft, so tasty, just melts in your mouth. Oh my God, I loved it.
The cheddar cheese rolled in sesame seed. This is muffino from Cape Town. It's made with the maize and spinach. And then we have our Cape Malay boboti sambusa. It's filled with the lamb and springboard.
All right. Now, these dishes were not my absolute favorites. The samosa was good, bussin', but the Kosa and Fino patties and the Malawian candle bowls, I could have went without this. But this chicken, honey, it was even spicy and I still ate it. And that Ethiopian layup I put on top, really set it off. I thoroughly enjoyed this. Now, the best thing about the Gold Restaurant is you can order anything you like, however many times you like. It's all included within the price. So you know I got some more of that chicken. While enjoying our meals, we were also entertained with some traditional African dances. Now, I don't know about you, but after watching this, I was like, I need to go harder in the gym and sign up for African dance classes, because what? At the end of the night, the audience was invited on stage to show off their dance moves, and we did not disappoint. Jack your boy dude. Baby, we had a time up on that stage. I am rating this restaurant 10 out of 10. Highly recommend. Next up, we're gonna hop on a ferry to Robben Island to learn all about the prisoners and how they lived there, specifically Nelson Mandela. But before we do that, look who I saw. Oh my God, Andre! Andre! Right here, Andre! 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 Hi! Andre! Oh, fuck, you stink, Andre. Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Robben Island is a small historical island located off the coast of Cape Town. It has been used as an isolation island since the early 1600s, but it's famously known for locking up political activists during the apartheid era since 1961. Many popular political figures were locked up here, but the most famous is Nelson Mandela, who was imprisoned here for 18 years. He's actually one of 3 presidents of South Africa that were imprisoned on Robben Island. We toured the prison in these buses, and guess what? Our tour guide was a gentleman who was locked up in the prison with Nelson Mandela himself.
Yeah, my name is Modise, spelled M-O-D-I-S-E. I'm standing here with my sister on my former home on the soil of Robben Island. Robben Island is an isolated place which was used for the banishment, incarceration, and suffering of many people. And I was just one of them. I was arrested as a young student activist, age 17, age 19, sentenced to Robben Island for 5 years, which was 1977 to 1982. I'm back here now and again on a few months contract to conduct tours, either in prison or in the bus. And this morning, she's one of my passengers and one of my audience. And it's people always say they are honored to meet me, but I'm honored to be with people, and I'm just honored with her to be with her this morning and other people. And I appreciate this day. I hope those who she will share this with will grow in strength, in wisdom and knowledge, and the desire to make a difference in the world. The world is getting terrible, dangerous, and a happy place really for humanity, for all of us. And I do what I do because I would hope that our message will make a difference and never to allow what is happening in our country in the past and happening now around the world to stop and never happen again.
I appreciate you so much. I love you. Thank you for all that you do. Modise started the bus tour by stating that he loves us and he appreciates us for visiting his once home. Modise's story really touched me. He shared how he was tortured and abused in the prison. One time he was hung from a pole by handcuffs for 3 days and 3 nights until his left shoulder bone finally gave in and cracked. His bone pierced right through his flesh. He showed us the scar on his body from this incident, and my eyes literally started to water. How could people be so evil? All of this because they were standing up for their rights. They tortured and brutalized the prisoners on the basis of trying to sustain and maintain a racist system. While talking to Modise, I asked him, how could you not seek revenge? How are you not angry? How are you even doing this tour without crying? How are you even reliving these moments? He told me that because he was fighting racism, he couldn't become a racist because the vicious cycle would continue, and the goal was to eradicate racism and hatred. He said, Ebony, you elevate yourself through self-sacrifice to become a better human being. It was always about our people, the freedom of our people and breaking the chains that they put on us. Every day, death felt better than life, but if I had to do it again, I would. And with that said,
I realized Medice was the most courageous man I have ever encountered. To experience all of that and still carry love and hope in your heart is so powerful. Medice is so grateful for life. He's seizing all the opportunities he can while he's still here. He recently submitted his application to obtain his master's, and he is raising money to open a school. Medice believes in hope for tomorrow.
I know, it's deep and hurtful, but we have to continue. Let's take a deeper look into the conditions of these prisons and also hear from another prisoner. 99% of the prisoners locked up here on Robben Island were black and 1% Indian. There were no whites or females that occupied this prison at any time. The space that we're currently in is Section B, and 50 to 70 people share this space with only 1 urinal and 3 showers. These are the beds that they slept on, and these are the blankets that they would use to cover themselves during very cold winters. Not only were the prisoners subjected to these horrible living conditions, they were also fed limited food, with black prisoners deliberately receiving less and worse options than non-blacks. Black prisoners only got bread once a year and were not given any sugar with their coffee, when non-blacks were allowed. Now let me remind you that these prisoners were locked up for being anti-apartheid activists, protest leaders, members of liberation movements like the African National Congress and the Pan-African Congress. So it's not like they were stealing land, killing innocent people, displacing them, burning down neighborhoods, or raping innocent women and children. Nope, that was the oppressors, Europeans, mostly Dutch, who did that. This is another tour guide named Terrence Perry who was locked up on Robben Island in 1979 at the tender age of 16. He was charged with sabotage using petroleum and homemade bombs. He was one of the young activists who chose to fight fire with fire. While locked up, he was also brutally tortured, but he didn't share any detailed stories about his experience. He did, however, state that the torturing left him 80% blind in his left eye and 10% blind in his right. We continued our tour of the prison, and not only did we see the cell that Nelson Mandela was kept in, we also saw the pool that Nelson Mandela hid his manuscript in, which later became his autobiography, Long Walk to Freedom. Needless to say, this was a very heavy but powerful tour. We left there with a better understanding of the struggles the political prisoners had to endure for a better South Africa. If you're ever in Cape Town, I'd highly recommend this tour. Needless to say, we needed a drink after that tour, so we drove to this beautiful vineyard to grab some lunch and wine. Now, as far as vineyards go, this one had everything from beautiful views, interesting statues, a picturesque garden, and they even sold handmade wine holders. How cute! Now, you know I wanted to buy this entire table, but I couldn't because I had no space left in my suitcase.
Seriously in heaven, right?
Now, while I didn't get to tour this vineyard, I did eat at the bistro, and it did not disappoint. Look at the atmosphere. I just love it. The atmosphere of the restaurant was everything, and of course, we ladies grabbed the best seat in the house. Now, baby, let's get into this Mediterranean watermelon salad. It has cucumber, mint, olives, feta, rocket nuts, and ponzu dressing. Oh my God. When I tell you, this is the best watermelon salad that I have ever had in my life. Like, oh my God. When I start dancing and eating, you already know what it is. I was in my glory. I know I'm talking about a salad, but this felt like life to me. I felt like I was literally eating the joys of life. Are you lying? Take note. If someone offers you their food by saying you don't want any of this, just say no. They ain't really trying to offer it.
My gosh, girl. I really like this. Then I cycled.
Yo, I would never lie to you when it comes to food. This was absolutely amazing, and I was not done. Yup, I sucked that plate dry. It was that good. The ladies were looking at me like I was batshit crazy, but I was. For my main meal, I had beef fillet, hand-cut chips with a side of roasted garlic aioli and cream spinach. And oh my god, this also did not disappoint. Once again, I was in my glory. The beef was tender, the chips had a caramelized glaze that tickled me happy, and the cream spinach had chunks of celery that set it right off. I could not get enough of any part of this meal. Now, if you know me, you know I typically eat like a snail. It's truly embarrassing, but not today. I was all up in this meal. I ate every bite with passion, yo, because it was that good.
You don't want no more, right? You do?
You all, I got so caught up in the moment that I nearly forgot to share with my sister. But moving on. Now, as far as aesthetic goes, these desserts got a 10 out of 10, but unfortunately, I did not get to try them. I was too anxious to get to the oyster bar, and let's just say the oysters weren't the only appetizing thing on the menu. Dipped in God's good chocolate. Look at this fine South African man, y'all. Oh my God. And he knows how to hook up an oyster. Look at these things. I cannot wait to taste them. They look absolutely delicious. Thanks, cutie. All right, now back to the wine tasting. Only 3 of us participated, but the vibes were all the same.
Nice. Grand Pavard. Ooh, what is this? This is Sauvignon Blanc. Sauvignon Blanc. That's a nice one. And I only like Sauvignon Blanc. When you said that, I was like, it's smooth. That's me, guys.
Okay, now it's time to dive into these oysters. Let's see if they taste as good as the chef looks. Starting from left to right, oyster 1 is topped with spring onion, trout caviar, and a red vinaigrette sauce. Oyster 2 is topped with fresh kiwi, daikon, and celery oil. And lastly, we have oyster 3 topped with kimchi, sesame seed, and sesame oil. All right, guys, here goes everything.
Just go with that. Only chew a little. What that means? Crunchy. The caviar. You put the salt in it. That's why. I don't think you're supposed to put the salt in it. Whoa. Good? Excellent. That was good. The salt, yes. Not supposed to do that. It's too big. Too coarse. Damn, I wish I had more.
Woo, baby, that vinaigrette sauce sent shockwaves through my body. I rate that oyster an 8 out of 10. Next up is oyster number 2.
I'm overseas though, that's why they call me. I'm not back until April the 5th. I guess it is. Oh shoot, I'm thinking of Hey, you're tired already. Right.
Now, this one was my absolute favorite. 10 out of 10, highly recommend. The daikon and celery oil mixed with the kiwi just gave it a sweet and sour taste that I could not deny.
Yeah, so I was kind of moved at the shower spot. I was like, am I eating a piece of these showers if you so I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay. But that was my favorite one as well. It tastes like
which one was that?
Sweet and sour something.
That was I forgot what it
oh shucks, don't do that. This one's the spicy one, guys. Delicious. Yeah. Not bad at all. That's my least favorite one though. It's my least favorite.
Now, I am not a huge fan of kimchi, so naturally this was my least favorite oyster to try. But if you're a kimchi person, then this will be perfect for you. They even had chili flakes there that you can add on top of it. Now, I'm gonna speed this up because not only were we polishing these bottles, we were starting to feel a little tipsy and the conversation was getting really interesting.
So they don't got to have sex? Because I'm not having sex with a gay man. I think I might be an option, but I don't know with any certainty. But I would not have sex. No, I'm not having sex with a gay man. I have to have a boyfriend. Condom or not. It would have to have somebody. Yeah, it has to be a boyfriend. So they got to marry the man and they have sex with whoever they want? Thank you so much. That's the big world. I think I'll do that, yeah. That's the big world. Because like, especially if it's a billionaire. You have a man that's attentive. Yeah, and talks to you and all that and then you sleep with somebody else. And then...
Okay, hold up. How did we get here? FYI, I do not recommend mixing white, rosé, and red wine, okay? But anyway, since we're here, have you all heard of this term called a lavender marriage? Would you be able to do it? It's basically where a couple knowingly enters into a relationship or marriage, mainly to hide one or both partners' sexual orientation from the public. Now, I've heard of this, but I didn't know it had an actual name. But let me know in the comments below. Would you be able to do this? And I'm not talking about any regular old person. I'm talking millionaire, billionaire. Would you be able to be their bear just so you could live comfortably? Be honest and let me know below, because I'm pretty sure this is more common than we think. The next stop was the Kleinhuderus Wine Estate, which is the first and only Black-owned wine farm in the Franschhoek Valley. Now, this farm has been around since 1905, but it was purchased by Paul Sikuna in 2019. He actually grew up on a farm not too far from this location where his parents worked as farm laborers. Paul's mother, Noma Roma, inspired his winemaking journey. They even have a signature wine called Noma Roma that is a tribute to all the remarkable women who inspire us. Speaking of, hey mom. The Noma Roma bottle embodies elegance, strength, and sophistication. While roaming the vineyard alone, I was in search of the biggest, juiciest grape the farm had to offer. And lo and behold, I found it. Oh my God, it's right here. Look at her, a beautiful Cab Sav just waiting to be chosen by me. She's full-bodied, dark, rich, and fruity, just like me. It was honestly a match made in heaven. Once the juices rushed through my veins, I couldn't help but to blissfully dance. I am in my glory, living my absolute best life. Once I finished dancing in the fields, we headed back inside to start the wine tour. And oh my God, I know what you're thinking. Another one. Now, needless to say, we ladies were having a blast. Glass after glass and bottle after bottle. We kept drinking and drinking and drinking till we couldn't drink anymore. Then our tour guide wanted to share something with me in all the languages he spoke.
Sotho, Yawarata, Tswana, that's another language. It's Ginobuda, and then Afrikaans. Yeah, it's like it's live for you. In English, I love you. And then Ndebele is in Ginobusuda.
Wow, that is fantastic.
He just told me he loves me in 7 languages. Beyonce, baby. Our day was going so well that we decided to drink some more and more. I mean, it's not every day that you get to tour a wine estate, so you have to indulge. I mean, it would be rude not to. So, of course, we had to make sure no drop of wine was left behind. We were feeling beautiful after this tour. The sun was hitting us just right, and we were all so happy. Now, we didn't get to eat at this vineyard because it closed early for a private event, but we were lucky enough to see the entrance of the beautiful wedding party. If you're ever in Cape Town, you have to visit Kleinhuderus. It's just 45 minutes away from the city. Trust me, you will not regret it. Our next excursion was to the Langa Township. Now, if you don't know, a township is a residential area located on the outskirts of major cities that was created for non-white people during apartheid. The government intentionally removed and displaced non-whites from city centers and white neighborhoods with limited services and infrastructure. Not only was overcrowding an issue, but they also had few economic opportunities. Langa is the oldest formal black township in Cape Town. It was established in 1927 during segregation policies that later became a part of apartheid. The township was named after King Langa Libalele, a renowned Amohulbi chief who was imprisoned on Robben Island in the late 19th century for resisting colonial rule. Now, I apologize if I botched those names, but these languages and these names are not easy to pronounce. Langa means sun in Xhosa, and in my opinion, it's a very fitting name because the community has such a powerful history. But today, it's known for its strong community, culture, music, food, art, entrepreneurship, and political history. It's an evolving community, but to see what they've done with the resources they have is nothing short of extraordinary. We ladies were shown around the Lenga community by a local resident, and our tour started with a lesson in history. Did you know that during apartheid, officials used a pencil test to classify people by race? What's a pencil test, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. It's a racist method whereby officials would place a pencil in a person's hair in order to classify them as white, black, or colored. If the pencil slid out easily, the person might be classified as white or colored, depending on features and social factors. If it stayed stuck in their hair, the person would be classified as black. Some people were even reclassified and displaced from their families due to this non-scientific, stupid-ass test. The results of this pencil test would determine where a person could live, what schools they could attend, who they could marry, what jobs they could get, and even whether families could stay together in a community. Now, I don't know if you all have read Trevor Noah's book, Born a Crime, but he goes in depth about his experience growing up as a colored man in South Africa and how he couldn't even be seen with his black mother or a white father in certain areas of the city because it was illegal. A lot of families were split apart because of this stupid pencil test. Now, because we were learning about it, we were asked to do the pencil test as well. And guess what? Only one of us passed as black. And it wasn't me. Me! Can you believe? I was pissed. According to this pencil test, I would be considered colored because the pencil fell out of my hair. That is ludicrous. I am named Ebony, I am black, and I am proud. There is no way a pencil could tell me who I am. I was pissed for these people. Because under apartheid law, they had no choice. They had to follow whatever the officials said once that pencil fell or stood up in their hair. Yo, there is so much history in this one area, but I can't get through it all. There is something, though, that I wanted to share with you that I learned about on this journey. And that is the initiation of boys. To quickly sum it up, black boys go through a traditional initiation process that marks the transition from boys to men. Some boys are sent to initiation schools in rural areas, or some remain in the Lenga community to become men at the official initiation site. The most shocking thing about this process to me was that the boys undergo circumcision without any anesthetics. Nothing. No painkillers. Just a tribal surgeon and a blade. The way my jaw hit the ground when I heard this, cause what do you mean? Now, this typically happens around the age of 19, and it's to test the boys' bravery and endurance. The process takes about 4 weeks in total to complete, and once complete, the boys return home as man. Now, I know what you're thinking. Calm down. This was back in the day. They're not doing this today. Wrong! They are absolutely doing this today. I could not believe it. I asked the tour guide, why in the hell would a man choose this over simply going to a hospital to get circumcised? And he said it's all about respect in the community. If you don't do this, you will not be seen as a man in the community, which is super important. You could have all the money in the world, but if you didn't become a man through this initiation process, no one will respect you or even show up to your house for dinner. Now, as a sometimes introvert, that doesn't sound bad at all. But hey, we're talking about centuries of cultural tradition here. Now, you know my curiosity took over, and I started asking all the men I came into contact with if they became man in the bush, and they all said yes, except for some colored men. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Because some colored people were removed from the township once reclassified, they didn't have to endure this initiation ritual because they were not seen as a part of the community or a specific tribe. This also means that they didn't have the privilege of learning any of the tribal languages. The only two languages that a lot of colored people in South Africa speak are Afrikaans and English. Another interesting fact is that many South Africans consider Afrikaans to be the language of the oppressors, and they refuse to speak it at home. They only speak it in the city centers when they absolutely have to. Now, there are 12 official languages in South Africa, and Xhosa is one of them. Now, I was trying my hardest to learn this language, but I just could not get the click correct.
I say the skunk was trying to climb on a bean, but it fall with the back and start to roll on the grass. I simply say, the back is umqolo. The bean is umqomo. The grass is uqaqa. Yeah.
Am I saying it right? Yeah. That was no?
You need more of that. So this is the government.
After completely failing to speak Xhosa, we continued our tour of Lenga. Another local allowed us to tour his home, and it was interesting to see where he and his family lived. We later sat in his room in a house that he shared with 4 other families. He spoke about his upbringing in the township, and I learned something new. Did you know that if you impregnate a black woman before marriage, then certain tribes demand that you compensate her father or her family if the father isn't present. The amount a man has to pay is dependent upon things like the lady's education level, her beauty, and her purity. If men deny payment, they are not allowed to have a say in their child's life. They may not visit them or spend any quality time with them. You all, there's so much more I can say about this community, but there just isn't enough time. I didn't even get into the 1960 anti-pass law protests or other deep political and anti-apartheid history. I'm gonna have to save that for another time, but I highly recommend visiting Lenga to discover more about their impactful history. Now, before we move on from this tour, I want to show you this last interesting thing that we saw. It was a lady cooking sheep's head. This is a delicacy here, and I may just try it.
To cut the wool from the head. After cutting the wool, they put the sheep head in the fire, bend the wool. When you bend the sheep head, you start to smile. A sheep head in township, we gave a name of smile. If you eat the tongue, you speak all the languages. Eyes well, very good eyesight. Yes, very good. This is a delicacy to us. What's expensive? It's 100 rand.
A part of me wants to try it. It's fine.
This is a tongue.
That's the tongue. You eat that? I don't want to try today. Not today. Tomorrow, maybe.
It's another beautiful day in Cape Town, and I'm on my way to do something that could absolutely send me into cardiac arrest.
Kind of nervous, but my sister was definitely supposed to come with me, but woke up with food poisoning. So I have to go alone. I'm alone and go in. I'm like, why God wants me to do this alone? Good Lord.
How about my data isn't working out here, and Wi-Fi is too many people on it, so I'm not getting connected. So I'm not going to be able to text anybody or communicate with anybody to calm my nerves down. I am 200% on my own. Ugh. This is the message I've been getting from God lately. Like, you're alone in this world, baby. Everything's gonna have to be done by yourself. Like, that's honestly the message I've been getting from God lately. Humans are temporary. They come and they go. You all you got. I'm not nervous about that at all. Okay, my nerves are building. And I'm really like, okay, about to do this. It's no turning back now, because what the fuck? Can't motivate to Cape Town to be a pussy. Nope, absolutely not. Okay, I know I haven't said it, but have you all put two and two together on what I'm about to do?
I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous at all. Why I feel like I'm gonna cry? Stop. Like right now, stop. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not even talking as much as I typically do. I normally ramble. I'm not rambling. Alright, I'm gonna watch some other people do it right now. God, this hair is tied up. I'm not nervous. I'm not. So that was a snake. I just saw the first group jump. I probably should have been first, because no. I'm like, do I want to do this? And then the man was like, what made you want to do this? And now I'm like, I don't really know now. Why would I want to do this? Why is this on my bucket list? Why? Oh my God. And then you hear him screaming coming down as they descend. So I'm going to get in this type of plane. And yeah, I'm about to go skydiving. Oh fuck, I'm up next. It's a group of 12 people here, and I got grouped in with these guys over here. I went next. Look how small the planes are. That's small, isn't it? Oh, that's normal for small? That's the normal size? That's like what everybody goes in when they do this? Or this is just this country? Oh God. Oh my God, I feel my eyes watering. Fuck, why do I talk this much when I'm nervous? Fucking hell. Oh my God, oh my skin. Oh my God, my skin is right. Okay. Oh my God, are they calling us? Oh my God, they call you even in to come when it's your turn. Did they call me? Oh my God, I'm gonna turn my hair.
kind of what then you did it. You have to find folks, reliable guys to come in the whole time. You can meet of missions, get in the location.
Fuck, look, it's not my turn yet.
They will be fine, especially going into off-season.
Yeah.
And then 20 more weekends, we all out on weekends,
I don't see. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, I want to do this. Fuck, I forgot to start my video. Fuck, I forgot to get admit to Heather. It's my turn. Okay, no, it's not my turn yet. Fuck. Oh god. Oh no, bitch, breathe. Okay, I'm gonna tie my hair up. It's not too late to turn back. Oh, I can't turn back. Oh my god, my eyes. My eyes are watering. Why am I like this? Oh my god, but I am. It hasn't fallen. Probably just tie it. Famous last words. Oh my god, Andy, because these ain't my last motherfucking words. Yeah? Oh fuck.
It may be hard for you to stop and believe, but for you, I'd leave it all. Ooh, for you, Baby, if you want me, then all of
Okay guys, this is where I try to back out. I literally stepped back and tried to sit back down and notice how the jumper had to push my foot forward to make me walk. I was freaking out. What the fuck was I thinking? Tune in to part 2 to see what happens next on Everything with Ebony.